Greetings, Earthlings. My name is Capacity Moon 90, and welcome to a game called Out of Scale, a kurzgesagt adventure. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I've seen a lot of footage, and it is very informative. This is one of the best YouTube channels I know about information, and you can tell them that from me. Anyways, what we're gonna do here is start a tutorial so we can learn about science.
Welcome to the kurzgesagt Scale Lab, where we investigate all things great and small. Please keep hands and feet inside the lab at all times. You may use the yellow bar to adjust your position until you're comfortable. Comfortable.
Are you, hello? You're not malfunctioning.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh.
I've been on standby I've been hard at work doing stuff. Anyway, you must be on a tour of the kurzgesagt labs, huh? Well, lucky you've wandered into the best lab by far. Let me show you around. Check out the blue capsule on the left. This is my greatest invention, a way to overcome the laws of physics. Shrinkagen. If you add it to things, they become teeny tiny. And I managed to invert it so I can also scale things to giant size. It can get a bit tricky when you overdo it, but 70% of the time it works every time. Oh, almost forgot. There should be a tablet with yellow handles nearby. That's the lab tab. It works as a travel guide for this lab. It records as I talk and makes suggestions about what to do next. You can use your thumbstick to scroll and go between pages while you're holding it. Okay, check out the machine on your right, the one with the big handle in the middle. This is the Scalevator. It lets you grow and shrink this whole lab so you can visit other realms and see the worlds within worlds around you for yourself. It can also take the lab outside. Let me demonstrate. Wow, it's good to be out again. So much data to be collected. But I'm sure you can't wait to try out my invention. Do you see a boxy white tool with a yellow handle? Look, there it is, the multi-tool. The first thing it does is analyze things. Hold down the trigger and point it at, let's say, that rubber duck.
A rubber duck?
Good. Despite their name, rubber ducks are generally made of plastic, not rubber, but it will still make a perfect guinea pig. To collect it, you'll need one of these red capsules with a big window in front. I use Shrinkagen to store the tools when they're not needed. Keeps the lab looking tight. Put that in the multi-tool. Now point the multi-tool at the rubber duck and press the trigger. Yes. I've missed this. Now comes the... Let's scale it up and make a huge rubber duck. I have many more Shrinkagen tanks stored away. We can use them. Now, press the button to send the giant rubber duck into the world.
Where?
Well done. Now, to take a look at the new giant duck, we will get huge ourselves. Go to the other machine, the Scalevator, and set its lever to the mountain icon. Then, press the button when you're ready to see what this lab can really do.
Okay, so just to clarify, we got kilometers, meters, millimeters. That's a new one. And, gets even smaller. Boy, science! I'm trying, but... There we go. Okay, I just gotta press this button and... Okay. Okay.
Welcome to the mountain realm. You are so big now that the city looks like a bunch of toys below you. Speaking of toys, I have one more thing to show you. Let's take this ducky for a ride. Grab the controller with the little antenna in front of you. This is the Duck Drone. Duck can reach and manipulate things outside while you stay safe and cozy in the lab. It has lots of useful tools. This one, the claw, grabs when you press the trigger on that controller. Use it to pick up the rubber duck Then we'll do a little obstacle course. You could fly out to, let's say that lighthouse out on the lake and take a turn around it.
Okay. The kaiju-sized duck. Ooh, that's bad, right? Uh-oh. Bad, right? What's happening? Oh, no.
Oh, no, not another problem. My sensors are showing substantial shrinkage leakage in the city. The wave must have hit the storage tanks. Who knows what happened this time? No, I refuse to be shut down again. Please,
Again?
you need to help me. We need to get down there now.
Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Guess I have to get back to normal size. Yeah. Or maybe I should deal with the duck first? Nah. Back to normal size. Show me the way to go home. Oh, that's bad. Ooh.
Wow, they are marvelous. I mean, horrible. The sensor report says the shrinkagen tanks are completely empty. So those ants must have soaked up a lot of it. But now, they're starting to eat the city.
This is bad.
We need to figure out how to stop them. Grab the multi-tool to get some data.
I'm trying, oh boy. These ants are gigantic.
Just like I feared, it's an inverted shrinkagen malfunction. Basically, the shrinkagen has merged with the ants and is stuck now. We need another huge blast of shrinkagen to get them back to normal. But we're out of shrinkagen. Also, the ants are too spread out to shrink all at once. You need to do two things. Find a way to gather all the ants in one place and find the missing shrinkagen to scale them back down.
I've got to either contain them or destroy them. Because these ants, they reproduce like mad. And they're not...
If you're ever stuck, check the lab tab. The transcript tab records everything I say for your reference. Do you see the spikes on their back? And the ones trying to cut out parts of buildings? These must be leafcutter ants.
What?
They're called that because they cut and collect bits of plants to tend their gardens. They're super strong and have complex societies. They won't be easy to handle.
Plus, where are we if we have leafcutter ants in a city? Okay, the ants are tough. What about these guys?
I don't think the ant is just splashing around. It's actually trying to pick up some water. At their regular scale, ants can carry drops of water because the surface tension of a tiny drop is enough to hold it together, like a little elastic ball. But at this scale, water behaves, well, watery, and the mandibles of the giant ants just glide through it.
Oh, so technically speaking, this is a problem that will solve itself because the ants can't consume much of anything. At this scale, they'll kill themselves.
I don't think the drone can help us against those giant ants.
I wonder...
Let's focus on gathering the ants in one place while you collect enough shrinkagen to shrink them down.
But where is the shrinkagen?
This one is a minor, one of the smaller leafcutter ants. Leafcutters live in complex societies where every caste has a different task. Miners forage for food and leaves to bring back to the nest.
What about food?
This one is a minor, one of the smaller leafcutter ants. Leafcutters live in complexes. This is a major leafcutter ant. Majors are the biggest of the four subgroups of leafcutter ant workers. They're basically the soldiers of the colony. They point each other towards threats that need taking care of. When one major signals a threat to the rest of the group, the troops come rushing in.
How about that? I think it's a virus.
This is a bacteriophage, or bacteria eater. I can't believe the wave washed it all the way out here. They're found everywhere there are bacteria, but this one belongs to another kurzgesagt lab. Let's grab a capsule and collect it so I can return it. More inverted shrinkagen, but the blast must have been below the... Return this to its original size so we can harvest the shrinkagen back. Well done. I sent that back to its home lab. Keep an eye out for more things like this. They may be our ticket to shrink these ants. Cardboard and foam? What an odd flavour for a donut. A volcano. That belongs to another kurzgesagt lab. The wave must have dragged it here. Quick, put a capsule in the multi-tool and collect it so I can return it. It must have been hit by the leak as well. The good news is, now move the yellow lever to the correct scale and press the button to extract the shrinkagen. Good. I sent that back to the energy lab and saved the shrinkagen. It was probably not the only one. If you can find the others, we can collect enough shrinkagen for the ants. So we have two groups of ants here. The miners, which are responsible for finding food and resources, and the majors, which protect the colony from threats. Maybe we can use that behavior to our advantage. Let's see how they act in their natural environment, the insect realm.
Oh. Sorry, it's a bit difficult trying to press.
Off to the insect realm.
Alright, here we go. Oh, there's the queen. They're using pheromones to communicate with one another.
This ant must be the queen ant. It's much bigger than the rest, even bigger than the majors. Plus it has a crown on its head.
It doesn't really have a crown on its head.
This anthill is probably where those giant ants used to live. Anthills are complex constructions with many chambers connected by tunnels. Like the ants, each chamber has a function, like being a nursery, waste disposal, fungi garden, or keeping aphids. Leafcutter workers are actually divided into 4 subgroups based on their sizes. The smallest ones are minims, and then there are the minors, medias, and majors, which are the largest. A minim can be so much smaller than a major that it can fit comfortably on its head. Another duck. Shouldn't you be at your own lab? And it's gone. Strange. Keep an eye out for more ducks, would you? I'll track them in the collections page of the lab tab.
How many of these ducks are there?
The Mars rover? You're a long way from home, aren't you? I'll have to have a word with the energy lab. They clearly aren't storing their nuclear waste properly.
I know there's more somewhere.
Major ant mandibles are strong enough to even take on large enemies like anteaters and armadillos, even when they're regular size.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Huh?
Look at this plane. Passenger seats really are getting smaller and smaller.
This is no time to be joking or playing games. It's not enough. We still need more. I think it's time to change sides and figure out what we need to deal with. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can hear the ants.
Back to the human realm we go.
So how do we deal with these? Huh? Uh-oh, what happened?